everybody, I'm Andrew. I'm here with Yu Namba. He's a senior project manager at Atlus USA.
Hi.
How's it going?
Hey, pretty good.
So we're jumping into Persona 5. We're going to kind of provide a little bit of context for what we're doing here first, though. So right now we are looking at our cell phone, and we have a new text message. So what are we about to do here?
Well, what we're going to be seeing right here is that he... There. Found this dude at school who's, like, kicking everybody's ass or whatever. Everybody's suffering because of this dude. So, saying, hey, can you do something about this guy?
And when you say do something, we should say that, in this game, you have a group called the Phantom Thieves, and they're able to change people's hearts by going into sort of an alternate world.
Exactly. It's not like you're, like punishing the guys in real life.
Like, you're not going to go beat the crap out of this guy or anything.
Instead, you go inside their heart, basically beat their bad side of them, I guess, and cause a change of heart. Like make them repent. Realize that they've done a bad thing.
So we're in a subway station now,
Yes.
and this is Mementos. So Mementos is sort of underground, I guess you could say, kind of beneath the real world. It looks like much like a subway station.
Yeah. So all these dungeons for the bosses. It's a reflection of the real world that's warped in their own individual way. This is sort of kind of similar, where you go inside this real subway station, but it is warped in a way that it just keeps going down and down and down.
So now we've gone down another floor,
Yes.
and this looks like the floor where our target is. Like we were mentioning earlier, you can figure out roughly where they are in the structure, but not specifically where on the floor they are. So
Well, this is randomized, so if we're lucky, we might be able to see it like right away. If we're not, then we'll have to do a good bit of exploring.
before we finish, we have to take out the target. Or can we show that today, or are we
Yes.
just gonna? Okay, great. So yeah, let's
Jump in.
take care of this mean man. I love the meowing when the car stops.
All right, and there that guy is.
Let's go.
Still wearing the Shujin uniform.
But if you can see, his eyes are glowing yellow.
Come at me, bro.
Never a good sign.
And what do you know? He turns into a Jack Frost.
Oh, Jack Frost could never be a bully. Yeah, I like that, obviously, much like in how it is in Dungeons, you'll see people, represented with the real-world form, and then they'll kind of have corresponding shadows that you can fight.
Well, it just happens that I do have a Jack Frost in
Brother
my
versus brother.
roster too. But since this is a boss fight, let's go ahead and weaken up a little bit, debuff him.
It's very interesting that the personas themselves are voiced as well. I think that's a really, it just everything it feels a little more robust than I think it was able to on certainly on PS2, but even also on PSP, PS Vita.
Yeah. It took. I actually don't know exactly how long it took for us to do all the recording, but it was an endeavor.
Wow.
Storyline wise, there were many lines to record, but like little things like people out on the street, or like when there's like an event going on and there's a little bit of like chatter in the classroom, like all those things, we did the recording for all the persona types or the enemy types.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez. Yeah, it was a heck of a job, but we did it somehow. And yeah, it was a huge group effort.
Yeah, I can imagine. And yeah, the game has definitely been in development for years now. It's definitely I can only imagine how much work goes into a game this big. Does it feel good to kind of see the light at the end of the tunnel that you're finally kind of coming to it being in people's hands?
Yeah. Less than a month away.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to getting people have their hands on this game. I'd love to hear what they'll have to say about the game. But from my standpoint, I think this is the greatest Persona ever. So I really want as many people to enjoy it as much as possible.
Bold words. So now you've been inflicted with the status ailment here.
Yeah.
How is this affecting you? What can you do and not do here?
Well, let's see what happens when I try attacking. If I'm lucky, I might be able to pull off an attack. But oh no, I'm shaken. So I'm stricken with fear. So the game says, no, you can't use that. No, sorry.
I think it's so when you're inflicted with the stats element, it actually adds, in addition to whatever the stats element itself is doing, like you saw here, where maybe you can't attack or maybe you're attacking your allies. You also set yourself up with kind of almost like an additional weak point, where like if you're frozen, for example, you can't act on that turn, but you're also susceptible to damage if someone attacks you, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And that makes it especially nerve-wracking in when you're towards the end of a massive boss battle and suddenly you have a stats element, and makes it kind of a little bit of an extra sense of urgency to heal as quickly as you can.
But at the same time, this was true, way back in SMT Nocturne days. But whatever the enemy is exploiting you on, you can do the same to the enemy.
Right.
So if you learn all those combinations, then you'll be at a much bigger advantage in battle.
Definitely. Yeah, it's funny because you can obviously analyze and learn about weaknesses, but there's so much more to it than that. I think the battle system, at its simplest, I think it's very easy to compare to like a Pokemon or something where you're just exploiting elemental types, but there's actually a lot more to it. I'm actually, the more time I spend with the game, I'll randomly discover a new combination like that or a new little thing to do, and I think it's really fun how robust it is.
Now, the enemy boss, Jack Frost, just hit the protagonist with a lucky punch, knocking him down. He's definitely taking that.
How could he?
Yeah, he's enjoying that. So, he's gained another attack, to beat us up. But I don't think. Oh, actually, no, look at Morgana. He's stunned. Uh-oh, that's not good. And you know what? I think it's safer if you just healed everybody real quick.
Yeah, it's really nice once you've been through enough battles that you learn, what each party member is good for. So On kind of tends to stick to fire moves, Ryuji's electric, Morgana's wind, but then Morgana is also actually a really good healer, and Ryuji gets some physical abilities, and it's just nice kind of getting used to what everybody can do and learning how to exploit that in battle. You did it.
Yeah,
I love the broken heart animation when when enemies downed. Well, that was taking down a target. We'll have a little bit of aftermath here.
I didn't have a choice.
So you get a little bit of the backstory behind, what was going on with his life, what forced him to, go bully people.
It's sort of like a mega condensed version of what happens in a dungeon, I think, of seeing someone up to no good and then changing their heart through battle.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you so much for showing us Mementos today. Persona 5 is out on April 4th.
Yes, April 4th.
It's PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3.
Yes.
And awesome. Thank you so much for everything Persona 5, including a couple more Let's Plays, gameplay clips, an unboxing of the Take Your Heart edition, a full review, and much more. You're in the right place. IGN.